Today on the show, we're going to talk about the WWE 2K22 roster up until now. Everyone that we know is confirmed for the game. Talk about some of the stars that, well, might still make the cut. Let's get into the full episode on the breakdown for you guys right now. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, whatever it is to you. Good to see you, good to have you here on the show. I'm Matt, it's Assemble. Let's get into it. 2K22 roster breakdown. We're going to go through everything that we know so far, from all of the reveals, the trailers, all the information that we've had so far, and talking about some of the stars that could still actually make it into the game. If you guys go on to enjoy the episode all the way through to the very end, you stick around with Matt and you have a good time. We all talk a little shenanigans, talk a little 2K22, ponder, hypothesize about what we could see in January and March. It's very exciting. If you do that, then hit the subscribe button. Helps us out. We're on the road to 10K subs. Let's go. We're going to talk about the women's roster so far in 2K22. This is going to be based off of some of the trailers, like the hit list trailer. We saw like GM mode. We have seen the draft. We have seen little snippet trailers all throughout. And it goes like this. We got Asuka, Bayley, Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Carmella, Kaylee Ray, Raquel Gonzalez, Rhea Ripley, Shayna Baszler, and Tamina. They have all been confirmed one way or another, be it through the actual menus that we have seen so far, or just within the snippets of the hit list trailer itself. Other stars that could still be in the game from the women's side of things, Nia Jax could very well be in the game as she was released just a few months ago. The game has been in just full development now, and we've even seen snippets in the trailers of signs and t-shirts of Nia Jax. So there is a very good chance that we will still see Nia in this year's game. Now let's switch over to NXT, not NXT 2.0 because that didn't exist when the game was being developed. But what we do know is from an NXT side of things, we do know the following stars are confirmed. We do have the likes of Joaquin Wilde, Kaylee Ray, as we mentioned from the women's division, Raquel Gonzalez as well, Samoa Joe, and Tyler Bate. They are all confirmed on the NXT side of things. Now, a lot of my friends in the community over in the UK, other parts of the world, have been very eager to get a large NXT UK presence in this game. I think of Imperium, I think of Walter, and that's really what I want to be able to see. I want Mustache Mountain in there. I want to be able to see a lot of the NXT UK stars represented in this game. That roster is awesome. That show is fantastic, just being a little kind of incubator of 1 hour action for NXT. It's fantastic. So I really hope 2K22 does a great job and great fan service by including a lot of the UK talent in the game. Samoa Joe is an interesting one, isn't he? Because he's been let go, he's been brought back, he's gone to NXT to be the champion, he dropped the title. That's all within storylines, obviously, but Samoa Joe is an interesting case. We have seen him in the GM mode footage that we've seen online. So it is safe to say that Joe is going to be just fully in the game, which is really, really awesome because we can utilize Joe back on main roster in our universe, in our GM mode, because that's where he belongs. Go Joe. On the Raw side of things, there's a lot of talent that actually has been confirmed, and we could probably speculate on some of the stars, even release stars, that could still probably make it into the game. We have the likes of AJ Styles, Apollo Crews, Austin Theory, Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Big E, Bobby Lashley, Chad Gable, Dominic Mysterio, Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, Kofi Kingston, Montez Ford, MVP, Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, Rhea Ripley, Ricochet, Seth Rollins, Sheamus, Shelton Benjamin, Tamina, and The Miz. Out of all of these stars, I still think that we are going to obviously see all of them in the game because they're currently under actual WWE right now. They have not been released. The only other stars that I could see really making it into the game that were released recently are the likes of Jeff Hardy, because we've seen him in the trailers, and I think John Morrison has a very good chance of making the game, as through the course of the development, during that period, Morrison and Miz were doing a ton of work together. So I think it's very, very likely to see Morrison in this game. And as we've had AJ Styles in the game, I do believe that we could see Omos make his actual full debut in a WWE 2K game starting this year, which is really exciting to be able to have Omos, as currently in storylines, AJ and Omos have broken up and they're going to be doing different stuff going down the road. So I'm curious to see what they do with Omos. So it's going to be fun to be able to have him in the game. Now on the SmackDown side of things, we got a couple of different stars and some that we have mentioned already. We have the likes of Bayley, Carmella, Cesaro, Dolph Ziggler, Edge, Finn Balor, Jeff Hardy, Mustafa Ali, Roman Reigns, Shayna Baszler, and Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, obviously, at the time of them doing Smackdown Hotel, doing all of these picks and putting everybody, all the characters confirmed, this is before they did the entire WWE draft, obviously. So all these names have been kind of shuffled around. Jeff Hardy is most recent star to be released, but we have seen him in the game, actually with footage in the game. So I think Jeff Hardy is going to be in the game without a problem. If we have Roman Reigns, makes me confident that based on the trailers we've seen, we will get Paul Heyman in a managerial role, hopefully as an actual playable character, because that would be a lot of fun. But it means that we will get Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. That does basically confirm we would also get the Usos in there without a doubt. Cesaro's in there, Dolph Ziggler's in there, which for the last better half of a year or more, he's been tag teaming with Bobby Roode, so we should be seeing Bobby Roode in the game as well. And last up here we have on the list are the legends. We have the likes of Booker T, Edge, Goldberg, Kane, Ric Flair, and the Gabe Triple H. Triple H being confirmed in the game because he is actually in universe mode, going through that little snippet trailer, walking you through the universe and selecting your character. So the game is going to be in the game itself. That's mildly entertaining. Ric Flair is an interesting one, as he was released a little time ago. Ric Flair said in previous interviews he has no intention or want or desire to go back to WWE. There are also allegations and issues surrounding Ric Flair. In the past couple of months, he has been removed from WWE's signature opening where he does the woo. So that is out. So they've kind of like stepped and shied away from utilizing Ric Flair footage and anything like that in packages on WWE programming. Ric Flair is an interesting one to me, everybody, because of what has been going on with him recently. I don't know if WWE would want to be able to have him in the game. We know he's been scanned. He has been in the trailers before. We have seen him doing the Dev Diaries, getting the full scan. Same with Booker T. But I think that Ric Flair is one of those stars where if WWE wants to remove him and not have any association with Rick, they could actually just yank him out of the game itself, but we'll have to wait and see. With WWE's releases this past year for all of 2021, it's been a lot. The likes of Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman, Nia Jax, the list goes on and on of all of the stars that have been let go. Think of Adam Cole making over to AEW, and even most recently with the departures of the likes of Kyle O'Reilly, and Johnny Gargano has seemingly said goodbye to WWE altogether, and possibility is that they end up in AEW. We just saw Kyle O'Reilly show up on AEW programming, pretty much unifying and reuniting the Undisputed Era, which is awesome, going against SuperClick. I'm very excited there. But I wonder what this means for the game. This is what I want to know from all of you. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think that we would see the likes of Bray Wyatt, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Johnny Gargano getting removed from the game right before it releases if WWE doesn't want to have them in their game? We've seen Brian Mazik and others post in articles online stating that they believe that the likes of the Adam Coles out there, Kyle O'Reilly's, Johnny Gargano's, and so on, and Bray Wyatt could still be in the game almost without question. And I think it's a lot to do with the development cycle. I could be wrong, but there's a very good chance we still see all of them in 2K22. This is where you all come in. Let me know in the comments. Do you think we're going to see those release stars in the game? We're getting the updates in January, everybody. It is not confirmed to be January 1. I know a lot of you have been posting that and asking that question. Are we going to see something on January 1, day 1 with the pay-per-view for WWE? That is not confirmed by 2K. They said sometime in January we are going to be getting more details. We will have all those details for you guys here on Assemble. Thanks for watching. Happy holidays.